it's a big deal coming here and beating us. And congratulations, Abilene Christian. I thought they played a really good football game. I have no problem how hard we're practicing. I have no problem how hard we're playing. We're just, making so many critical mistakes. We had a number of penalties on big plays offensively. Defensively, we blew a coverage or two at critical times. It's and we can't do that. The margin of error because of the injuries we've had is sort of small. Where possibly years before, it wasn't that way. But they played a good game, and I give them all the credit. And again, I told my kids I'm happy with how hard we played, but you just can't make the kind of mistakes that we've been making. A lot of it's because of the MASH unit on the offensive line. A lot of guys aren't practicing the whole week, and that shows out there on the field. And we are down to we're playing our 10th and 11th offensive lineman at times in that ball game because we have to move some guys off the field. So, again, disappointed. We're now fighting for a winning season. Whoever thought we'd be fighting for a winning season. But the reality is every team in this league has gotten better, and we've taken a step back, I think, just because of graduation. And then with all the injuries, we've taken a little further step back. And, these 50-50 ball games, we haven't won, and we have to win those ball games. So, questions?
Coach, you talked a little bit about the lack of continuity on the offensive line. Do you think that kind of tipped you guys' hand a little bit when you get down there near the goal line and it's 4th and short and you kind of have to go to the passing game, it seems
Yeah,
like?
in an ideal world, you'd love to say, hey, got 3 or 4 shots down here. Let's line it up, put the big personnel in, knock them off the ball. We just don't have that kind of person. We're still getting a little gimmicky down there now. That's really what we have to do. And, it's tough in being a short yard situation, getting so gimmicky. I'd rather be a knock you off the ball sort of team, and we're not that sort of team right now. So, I thought Ty did some really good things, but, had a critical fumble, put the ball on the ground twice, something that he really has to work at. The one time was anyone in the country that ball's going to go on the ground. He got hit in motion. The second one was him pulling the ball down and running, and it's just the ball's too loose. And, again, those are the growing pains not only of that a freshman goes through, but also a guy who hasn't played a lot of football in the previous 3 years. And, again, the whole body of work did some really good things, especially since there were a lot of people in his face. But at the same time, those critical plays, we got to stop those.
Right. And, Nate, it seems like your connection with Ty keeps getting stronger game by game. How confident are you just coming off of these past few games and moving forward with you two together working?
I go into every game very confident just because of preparation I put in throughout the week. And I know, it's for the seniors, so I try to go out there and give him an extra 10%, everything I can for the guys that I kind of grew up with. I kind of feel like I'm a part of this senior class because I just played with those guys for so long. So, I just want to do it for Davion, T. Scott, just the guys that I know as seniors.
Right. We really struggled there a little bit in the second half because obviously Davion being down, then losing D. Bowens, all of a sudden we're moving guys around that, haven't necessarily played that position. In fact, that long pass Dwaylen caught, I don't know if he'd ever run that route before. But we had to move him there because of the injury situation we had. So, it's not just the offensive line. It's also when you lose some receivers, mixing and matching some freshmen. And I think the freshmen have played pretty well. But at the same time, it is a little bit tough on a play caller trying to make sure that everyone knows the right routes when he calls a play.
All right. And now, Adrian, you guys' defense really kind of held strong down the stretch there. What's your guys' mindset as you head in next week, your final game with Sam Houston State?
I think it's the same as every game. We want to be the best on the field every time that we step on the field. We want to dominate our opponent every time that we're on the field. I don't think that that's ever changed, and I don't think that will change.
Adrian, just talk a little bit, like Coach mentioned, you guys are fighting for 500 records. Not the season you guys wanted to have, but at this point it's just really crucial to get the winning record, right?
Well, obviously we don't play to lose. We want to win. We don't. I never thought that we would be in the position where we'd be fighting for a winning record because we've just put in so much work. We've done so much together to be successful. So it is challenging to be in the position that we are, but at this point, we have nothing to lose. We have to go out and give it our all, and have fun doing it.
You know, I probably would have kicked some field goals normally, but when you're 5-4, let's be a little aggressive. Let's see if we can get the ball in the end zone, and we were that way. And it didn't cost the game because obviously, and it being a 7-point ball game, not a 6-point ball game. But I found myself coaching a little bit differently, just trying to let's press this thing a little bit. Come on, we haven't had a great year. Let's see if we can be aggressive. But like I said, I think when you have the shortcomings we're having right now on the offensive line, that really kind of limits some of your thinking and how you do things.
Well, Coach, talking about that then, so going to the game, though, with all the injuries, you knew that it might be a little tough to score points today. Is that why you kind of went for it like on fourth down more?
Well, yeah, we go into it's just been a shame. We go into the game wondering who can play and who can't play half the time, because it's like some guys, got a little work in, but we're not sure how they're going to feel Saturday. And Tyler Edwards went out early in the first quarter, and then he came back and played some more, and then he went back out. So we have 3 or 4 guys that we're kind of holding on by a string, just trying to see if they can get through a game. And then the fact that we already lost 2 of the best tackles in the country who aren't playing right now, and then the 4 guys who are kind of in and out of the lineup, it's really caused our offense not to be what it once was. Obviously we led the country, 3 years in a row scoring, and we lost some great players off that team, but there wasn't enough here to do something, I think, pretty special offensively, and it's gone really backwards on us.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, can you just talk a little bit about the long touchdown pass, 88-yard?
We went to Aces. Coach called. We said we're going to take a shot this play. Me and Ty had that eye connection. Knew it was coming. So I just went out there, ran my route. Ty had faith in me, and he threw it, and we got us a touchdown.
Yeah. We decided we were going to we were struggling driving the ball because of just the inconsistencies. Look at the second last drive where we get a first down. One of our guys is too deep in the backfield. That's what they called. They called one of our offensive linemen a hair deep in the backfield. So five guys back. So we decided to take some more shots downfield, and that was a max protection. And so, we did hit a number of balls downfield because, again, we're struggling driving the ball because of the inconsistencies we have.
Yeah, and with all the injuries on the offensive line, not only does it, hinder your running attack, but even the pass protection. So it's a tough, to be down.
Yeah, but as we talk in the locker room, we're good enough to win, and we're not winning, and that's what you have to. That's the takeaway. We have to play better. We haven't played well enough to win, and that's the takeaway. You can play hard. You can give great effort in practice, but there's a bottom line to it. We win or we lose, and we've been losing, and so we got to fix something. And what we have to fix is we got to play a lot cleaner, and we're just not playing clean enough.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.